Let me ask you something. When was the last time you looked at your life and thought, this isn't how it's supposed to be? When did you stop believing that you had control over your future? Because here's the truth. Your potential has always been there, waiting. It's like a garden. Somewhere inside you, the soil is rich, the seeds are ready, but you've been letting weeds take over. Distractions, doubts, and excuses. Those are the weeds. The negative voices telling you you're not enough, weeds. The habits that keep you stuck in the same place, more weeds. And what happens if you don't clear them out? They take over. They choke every bit of growth before it even begins. But today that changes. Because today you reclaim your garden, you plant the seeds of self-belief, water them with action, and watch them grow into something unstoppable. You have to stop waiting for someone else to do it for you. No one is coming to hand you success. No one is going to clear the weeds for you. So I'll ask again, are you ready to reclaim your life? Because the moment you decide, truly decide, that you're done waiting, your entire world will shift. Light the fire. Ignite your growth. It starts now. Look in the mirror. What do you see? Your reflection or a version of yourself shaped by the expectations of everyone else? Too many people wake up every day measuring themselves against others. You scroll through social media, comparing your life to filtered highlights. You see someone else winning and suddenly you feel like you're losing. You watch others succeed and wonder, why not me? Comparison is a thief. It robs you of your focus, steals your self-worth, and leaves you chasing a version of success that was never meant for you. The worst part? It's a game you'll never win. Because no matter how much you achieve, there will always be someone doing more, having more, posting more. So let me ask you this. How long will you let others dictate your worth? How many more years will you waste trying to fit into someone else's mold? It's time to break free. The only person you should compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. That's the only competition that matters. You don't need to impress the world, you need to impress yourself. Look in that mirror again, and this time, see the only person who has the power to change your life. The road ahead is yours alone. No one else is walking it for you. No one else knows the battles you've fought, the struggles you've endured, or the dreams you've been too afraid to chase. But here's the good news. You don't need anyone else's permission to start. Transformation doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you make a choice to stop watching from the sidelines, a choice to stop hesitating, a choice to step forward and own your path. Some people wait for a perfect moment, but let me tell you something. There is no perfect moment. There is only now, this moment. And in this moment, you decide, do you continue to live by the expectations of others, or do you rewrite the rules and create a life that's truly yours? This is your dawn. Your beginning, the moment you stop letting comparison hold you back and start walking your own path. Step forward and transform now. No more waiting, no more hesitating. Your new chapter starts today. Have you ever noticed how quickly comparison can ruin a good moment? You could be proud of something. Maybe you reached a personal goal, maybe you made progress, but then you look at someone else's success and suddenly yours doesn't seem good enough. That's the trap. You weren't unhappy with what you had until you measured it against someone else. And this is how comparison poisons progress. It blinds you to your own wins. It tricks you into thinking that if someone else is ahead, you must be behind. But let's be clear. Life is not a race. There is no finish line where one person wins and everyone else loses. So why do we fall into this cycle? Because comparison is easy. It's easy to look at someone else's highlight reel and forget that it's just that, a highlight. You don't see the struggle, the sacrifices, the failures behind their success. You only see the final product. And when you measure yourself against that illusion, you set yourself up to feel like you'll never measure. Are you letting comparison hold you back? Are you giving up on your own path just because someone else seems further along? It's time to break free from that mindset. Your success is not dependent on someone else's. The only person you should compete with is who you were yesterday. Every step forward is a victory. Every bit of progress is worth celebrating. So stop looking sideways and start looking ahead. Your path is yours, own it. Have you ever looked into a funhouse mirror, the kind that stretches your body, twists your shape, and distorts what's real? That's exactly what social media does to our perception of success. It warps reality, making us believe that if our lives don't look as polished, as exciting, as perfect as what we see online, then we must be falling behind. But here's the truth. What you see online is a carefully curated illusion. People show you the best angles, the biggest wins, the moments that make them look successful. What they don't show are the failures, the doubts, the nights they question everything. And yet, We take these filtered versions of other people's lives and measure ourselves against them. We let them define our worth. We start chasing approval instead of chasing our own goals. We stop living for ourselves and start living for likes, comments, and digital applause that mean nothing in the real world. So I'll ask you, are you living for yourself? Or are you living in someone else's reflection? Are you building a life that fulfills you, or are you trying to fit into a version of success that was never meant for you? It's time to stop accepting false reflections. Stop letting external validation dictate how you feel about yourself, your life, your path, your worth. None of it is measured by what others post. The only thing that matters is what you build, what you create, and the life you choose to live. The cycle of comparison is a trap, and if you don't break it, it will break you. Here's how it works. You compare yourself to someone. You feel inadequate. That feeling of inadequacy leads to doubt, and doubt leads to inaction. And the more you hesitate, the further behind you feel. So you compare again, and the cycle repeats. But let me tell you something. You have the power to shatter that cycle. You just have to make a choice. First, recognize when comparison is creeping in. Catch yourself in the moment. When you feel that urge to measure yourself against someone else, stop and ask, why does this matter to me? Am I looking at their success as inspiration, or am I using it as an excuse to put myself down? Second, refocus. Shift your attention from what others are doing to what you need to do. Every second you spend watching someone else's journey is a second you could be using to move forward on your own. And finally, take action. Nothing crushes comparison like progress. Even the smallest step forward is a step out of the trap. So take control, set your own goals, chase your own wins. Stop measuring your worth by someone else's ruler. Shatter the cycle now. Because the moment you do, you reclaim your focus, your energy, and your future. Imagine your mind as a blank canvas. Every thought, every experience, every decision you make is a brush stroke. But what happens when you let others hold the brush? What happens when you allow their opinions, their successes, their expectations to paint over your own vision? Your identity, your creativity, your potential becomes diluted. Instead of painting your own masterpiece, you spend your life trying to recreate someone else's. You measure your progress by their timeline. You define success by their standards. And without realizing it, you start living a life that isn't even yours. But let me ask you, who gave them the brush? Who told you that their version of success is the only version that matters? Because here's the truth. Your canvas is yours alone. And if you don't take control of it, you'll spend your whole life watching others dictate how your story unfolds. So today, take the brush back. Start painting with your own colors, your own strokes, your own vision. No more copying, no more comparing. Just you creating the life that was meant for you, because no one else can paint your masterpiece. Only you can. You've been carrying a weight you were never meant to bear. The expectations of others, the pressure to measure up, the constant feeling that if you don't meet some invisible standard, you're failing. And it's exhausting, it wears you down. It makes you second guess yourself at every turn. Instead of taking risks, you play it safe. Instead of chasing what you want, you settle for what's expected. And little by little, your dreams get smaller. But let's be honest, who are you really doing this for? Who set these expectations? And more importantly, why are you letting them control you? The truth is, you will never please everyone. No matter how hard you try, someone will always have an opinion, a criticism, a reason why you should be doing things differently, but their expectations are not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to yourself, to your happiness, your growth, your success, on your terms. So drop the weight, let go of what others think, and start living for you. Because the moment you do, you'll feel something you haven't felt in a long time: freedom. Success is not a finish line. It's not a trophy. It's not a number in your bank account or a title on your resume. It's something deeper, something personal. And the moment you stop chasing someone else's version of it, you finally start living. Think about it. How much of your life has been spent trying to meet a standard that wasn't even yours? How many times have you looked at someone else's success and thought, that's what I need to be happy? But the truth is, success isn't about having what they have. It's about having what truly fulfills you. For some, success is building a business. For others, it's having more time with family. For some, it's creating, learning, growing things. Most people spend their energy looking outward. They watch what others are achieving, compare their progress, and wonder why they feel stuck. But the truth is, the key to real success isn't found in someone else's story. It's found in your own. Your life is like a garden. If you're always focused on what's growing in someone else's yard, you'll never have time to tend your own. You'll neglect your own soil, your own growth, your own potential, until one day you look around and realize nothing has changed. But the moment you shift that focus, everything transforms. When you stop looking outside for direction and start looking within, you begin to see what you need to work on. You start to water your own roots. You start to grow on your terms. So I'll ask you, are you ready to invest in your own potential? Are you ready to stop chasing distractions and start cultivating real success? Because when you do, you'll discover something incredible. Everything you were looking for was inside you all along. Success isn't random, it's not luck, it's built step by step, decision by decision. And if you don't have a plan, you're just hoping things will fall into place. But hope, it's a strategy. Think of your life as a house. You wouldn't build a house without a blueprint, right? You wouldn't just throw bricks together and hope for the best. So why do that with your future? You need a blueprint. A clear, structured plan that guides you forward. What do you want? Where are you going? What steps will get you there? Without these answers, you'll stay stuck in the cycle of wishful thinking, always dreaming, never doing. So here's your challenge. Draft your blueprint today. Write down your goals, break them into steps, set deadlines, and most importantly, act. Because a plan without action is just a dream. But a plan with action, that's the foundation of success. It's time to take back your story. For too long, you've let comparison write your narrative. You've let other people's successes dictate how you feel about your own journey. But that ends now. From this moment on, you are the author of your own life. You decide the plot. You set the pace. You determine the outcome. So what's it going to be? Another year spent wishing, watching, waiting? Or a year spent creating, growing, achieving? Take control of your story now. No more excuses. No more distractions, just you stepping fully into your power, focused on what truly matters, because when you reclaim your narrative, you reclaim your life. Success isn't about what separates those who succeed from those who don't. It's not talent, it's not luck, it's not intelligence, it's discipline. Discipline is what gets you out of bed when the alarm goes off. Discipline is what keeps you working when no one is watching. Discipline is what makes the difference between dreams that stay dreams and dreams that become reality. The problem is, most people wait until they feel like doing something. But discipline doesn't care about feelings. It doesn't wait for motivation. It doesn't rely on inspiration. It just acts. Every time you show up, even when it's hard, you're forging a foundation that will carry you forward. Success isn't built on what you do once in a while, it's built on what you do every single day. So embrace discipline as your guiding force. Let it shape you, let it push you, because the more disciplined you become, the stronger you get. And once discipline becomes your habit, success is no longer a question of if, it's only a matter of when. Everything in your life, your progress, your success, your ability to overcome challenges, begins with your mindset. You can look at obstacles in two ways: as proof that you're not capable, or as opportunities to grow stronger. And the choice you make determines everything. A growth mindset sees failures as lessons, setbacks as stepping stones, and difficulties as training. It understands that every challenge is a chance to sharpen skills, develop resilience, and come back even stronger. But a fixed mindset, it sees struggle as proof of weakness. It avoids challenges out of fear of failure, and it stays stuck waiting for things to change instead of making change happen. So ask yourself, what mindset are you choosing? Are you letting setbacks define you, or are you using them to refine you? Shift your perspective today, train yourself to see challenges as opportunities, and you'll unlock a level of resilience that makes success inevitable. Life will knock you down. That's not a question. The only question is, what will you do when it happens? Most people let setbacks break them. They see failure as an ending, not realizing that every comeback starts with a setback. The only difference between those who rise and those who stay down is the choice to keep going. So when things go wrong, and they will, remind yourself, this is not the end. This is a test. And if you choose to push through, you won't just recover, you'll come back stronger than ever. Turn setbacks into comebacks now, because the only failure is giving up. Everything else, just another step forward. Success isn't about one big breakthrough. It's about momentum, consistent, steady progress that builds over time. And if you don't have a system to keep that momentum alive, you'll fall into the trap of starting strong and fading fast. Think about it. How many times have you set a goal, gotten excited, made progress for a few weeks, and then stopped? That's because motivation fades. But momentum, Momentum keeps going if you build systems to sustain it. So what does that look like? It means setting clear goals and tracking them. It means scheduling non-negotiable time for growth. It means surrounding yourself with people who hold you to a higher standard. It means checking in with yourself regularly and making adjustments instead of waiting for things to fall apart. Without a system, you'll keep repeating the cycle of starting over, but with one, you'll keep growing no matter what. Build your accountability system now, because the difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't effort, it's consistency. Too many people only celebrate when they reach the end. But what about the steps in between? What about the progress you've already made? Every small win matters. Every step forward is proof that you're moving in the right direction. If you don't take time to recognize that, you'll always feel like you're not doing enough. And that's the fastest way to lose momentum. So here's the challenge. Celebrate your progress. Not just the big wins, but the small ones. The habits you're building, the lessons you're learning, the obstacles you've overcome. Because the more you acknowledge how far you've come, the more motivated you'll be to keep going. Ask yourself, what small win can you honor today? Recognize it, own it, and then use it as fuel to keep pushing forward. Growth requires feedback, not just from others, but from yourself. Most people either avoid feedback or take it personally, but feedback isn't an attack. It's information, it's a tool. And if you use it right, it will make you unstoppable. Here's the key. Learn to separate ego from improvement. Instead of seeing feedback as a criticism, see it as a roadmap. Where are you excelling? Where can you refine your approach? What needs to change to get better results? The best athletes, the best entrepreneurs, the best leaders, they don't run from feedback, they seek it, they use it, they grow from it. Are you ready to evolve? Then embrace feedback as a tool for growth. Because the only way to reach the next level is to be willing to learn. Look back at where you started. You came into this journey weighed down by comparison, stuck in the cycle of measuring your life against someone else's. You've seen how that mindset drains your energy, clouds your vision, and keeps you from moving forward. But now you understand the truth. Your path is yours alone. You've learned how to reclaim your focus, silence the noise, and start creating a life that aligns with your values, your goals, and your vision. We've broken down the dangers of comparison. We've exposed the trap of chasing validation. We've built a roadmap to shift your energy from watching others to investing in yourself. And most importantly, you now have the tools to take action. But knowledge alone isn't enough. Nothing changes unless you do. So ask yourself, are you ready to own your progress? Are you ready to stop waiting for permission, for validation, for the right moment, and start building the life you deserve? Because this isn't just a lesson, it's a turning point. And what you do next matters. Enough waiting, enough doubting, enough sitting on the sidelines watching others live the life you want. This is your moment, right here, right now. The time for hesitation is over. You don't need more motivation. You don't need another reminder. You need to act. Because action is the difference between success and regret. Action is what separates those who change their lives from those who keep making excuses. So let me make this clear. Stop watching, start doing. Decide right now that you will show up for yourself, that you will focus on your journey, not someone else's. That you will take control, build discipline, and create a future that reflects who you are, not who the world expects you to be. No more waiting for life to happen to you. You happen to life. The choice is yours. Make it count.